Hey guys, welcome to the next episode of Final Fantasy X-2. So we are out of cutscene central, and we are on the hunt for LeBlanc's goons to steal back the Xanakin sphere. And as you know from chapter 1, we're going to have to basically avoid the main mission as much as possible in order to get every single activity we can get done before advancing the main quest, basically. And so we're going to pop off to Besaid. We're going to check in with the Aurochs, see how everyone's doing. And we see Keepa here, but we can't interact with him. That's going to be for the publicity later. But we're going to have a fun on-rails gun process after this cutscene.
What do you mean?
The Besaid Aurochs have all joined the Youth League.
Well, officially at least. And Waka hasn't joined up yet.
Can't blame him, yeah? His kid's popping out any minute, you know. Now's not the time for him to be fussing around with politics.
Fussing, you say?
Who's he?
I am Becklam. I've been dispatched to Besaid by Youth League headquarters. I'm here to pound some fight into these pathetic slackers.
He's 100 times stricter than Waka.
You must be awfully confident in your strength if you're skipping training just to flap your lips like that. So, I guess you won't mind showing me what you're all really made of, then.
Oh, no way. He's
What's he
kidding.
talking
What do we
about?
do now?
Is no one among you man enough to break my record? You're pathetic.
Okay, he's creeping me out. Seriously?
See you later, Yuna.
Stop that at once! The age of temples and prayers is over. It's about time you let go of those musty old traditions. There's no need to bow down to summoners either. Yes, summoners are a thing of the past.
Hold it right there! Whose comm do you think this is, Buster?
There are no more Aeons to summon. Summoners are worthless now.
You will take those words back.
I will. If you succeed in proving your worth to me. Well...
So yeah, you have to basically take him on to start the mission.
The way you twaddled on before...
So, in order to get
doesn't break
100%,
my
we
record.
have to complete the mission
Now,
successfully. We have to
begin.
get 500 points. But I've only ever played this on PlayStation, so I just wanted to run the tutorial for playing on PC. And basically lock on with X, and then you fire with C until the enemy's health. You see target 1 has 2 health left, and we have 7 bullets left. And when you beat an enemy, you get reloading of ammo, which is quite good. But I have a lot of things to say about this whole Becklam character. It is so messed up that, like, you know, while so many people have issues with Yevon, it's like Yuna went against Yevon. Yuna literally saved the world, defeated Sin, and he's going to, like, get mad at people for... you know, showing just a reverence or a respect towards the person that literally saved the world. And what is even more infuriating, I think, is the fact that, like, he's going to turn around and say, oh, well, like, you know, the power of the Aeons is gone, like, there are no Aeons to summon, so therefore summoners are worthless. When it was literally without the Aeons choosing to go against, you know, Yevon, going against you, Yevon, and, like, fighting against him and, you know, sacrificing themselves to end the cycle. Oh, like, the absolute disrespect. And I find it so weird that, you know, they would have that sort of opinion. Like, oh, anyway, this minigame is kind of fun. It's one of the funner minigames that they have. But like almost anything in an RPG, if we can, you know, find a glitch or an exploit, we are going to do so. and this minigame is no exception. We are able to basically get a high score very, very easily without Yuna losing or wasting any hit points. And it's just going through the tutorial that you have different classifications. You have like a normal shot, which is just your ammo. You have a multi-targeting shot and then a death shot. And those are kind of the only types that you have at the moment. And then you use S and D to like change. And then the final one is a volley. So a volley is just like an AoE, you know, death shot to everything. So here the challenge officially begins. We have 10 shots, Yuna has 30 hit points. And we take out that one coyote, collect more ammo. And like, we're lucky at the moment because for the most part, at least in this area, the enemies don't move. So just getting you used to locking on, collecting ammo, getting your score up. And basically you see the chain there. The chain just means your score gradually gets more and more you know, higher as you build up your chain to get quicker score. And then you basically want to kind of be consistently just, you know, clicking your target button just to make sure that when an enemy loads in, you're kind of aware of it. And then in this area, we have them moving. We have different types of enemies as well, not just coyotes. So this guy has more hit points, so you need to kind of fire quickly to you know, have him be taken out. Because you can basically fire 5 in pretty rapid succession, and then what you're learning here then is the Garudas give the dual shots, the Coyotes give regular ammo, and the Lupines, or like the different bigger health wolves, they drop death shot ammo. And what we're basically doing is we have to beat 500, right? And it is kind of a stress where you know, you have to build up the chain, get a better score multiplier, and then obviously you have to make sure you have enough ammo as well. And what typically kind of should happen is that you kind of shoot a bit, you run back a bit, but quite often these enemies actually, you know, they can move a lot quicker than necessarily Yuna can run. So what we need to do is get to a particular waterfall in this section, and once we do, if we stand just, you know, to the side where the waterfall is, you basically get invincibility and invisible frames. So it is not this waterfall. We're going to have to quickly skedaddle because Yuna is losing hit points, and so we just need to quickly rapid fire death shots just to get the chest to spawn, get the enemies out of the way. And it is this one, it's the one where, you know, Yuna nearly gets miraged in the bigger waterfall here. Here's where we can just kind of camp out, stand still, and fire. And you might be saying, oh, we only kind of have 4 minutes. How are we going to get to 500? Well, we have nothing to worry about getting hit by the fiends, and then we can take the break in the you know, stream of fiends and just fire. And making sure we kind of keep the dual shots fairly in hand, and then waiting for these particular fiends to run by so we get their particular death shot ammo. But what's really important is that we don't lose the chain at this point, because we do kind of need the chain to be up at 3 or reasonably high to you know, get the thing to work. So we just, again, we can afford to spam death shots a little bit, and we're already at 242, so we're nearly halfway there. And then we're going to get to the dual shot to like get rid of these guys. And again, trying our best to like conserve the dual shots, conserve our special ammo. and then waiting for him to get right in front of us so the chest will spawn. And then we have another Garuda there, and then we're going to switch to our dual shot, and then basically let them move a little bit, but then fire away. We're up at 338. We have our max chain now, which is brilliant. So again, it's one of the more active mini games, which I feel makes it that a little bit better. And just with the Garudas, I'm kind of like, oh, I'm not really bothered wasting a ton of ammo. And then we know we need to get to 500, but we're already at like 416, so, and then the Garudas give so much experience, they're basically 50, so we're not going to do too bad. Now, the only risk is we have to actually get Yuna to the end of like this corridor, and when the fiends are kind of running by this little area, you can kind of then start to feel a little bit invincible. Now, what's interesting is you can obviously get more points than 500, you just need 500 to, you know, complete the mission, but there is actually a log of scores higher that you, if you reach the particular scores, you get more points. And sorry, you get better rewards because you get different accessories through the Gunner Gauntlet minigame and reaching different high scores. So if you're able to get to 600, I believe that's another threshold. And with defeating this Garuda, we're over 600 now. So I kind of was like, right, realistically, you're able to kind of wait till around a minute, but in general, you want to kind of have a death shot on and just do your best to, you know, get by and not get hit by too many things. Yuna's hit points are at 20, and then you have this big boss, but luckily we saved a death shot, so that's that done. And if I wanted, I could have like ran back and you know, picked up one other kill for like a 650 high score, but I will be doing this off screen. But that's basically the gauntlet. You need to get to that waterfall area, and then the trick with the later ones is that you're able to use that volley attack round to wipe out everything on screen.
Take that!
Skill you may have, but I find it hard to believe you defeated Sin. You obviously had some help.
I did, from my friends. My pilgrimage was successful because my friends and the Aeons supported me along the way. And they still do. Memories of the time we spent together make me strong. I won't stand here and let you call that strength useless.
Must your kind always prattle on about your precious memories?
He's got some nerve.
Sore loser.
And with a breaching of 500, we get a mission complete. And we now unlock newer, more difficult versions. We get the Enigma Plate. But if we warp back, we can do the Gunner's Gauntlet again and again, and I'm going to do that off screen to kind of get the best rewards from it. So they have some really high power accessories, which are quite good. And yeah, you'd have definitely put that reject in his place. So what's great, I suppose, this chapter, we're at 30% completion, only 70 more for that 100%. But Kilika is just a quick cutscene and we go.
Not. Sphere hunters that give back spheres. Don't you think that's a little odd? Of course, we're glad you're on the Youth League side, but still.
And that's literally it. We just go, we get a little cutscene, and that's it. There's nothing more to do in Kilika Port for this chapter. Happy days. Well, we can collect these treasure chests. But like, that's why, you know, when I was talking about the squatter monkeys, and I'm like, you won't be able to go there until chapter 3, that's because all of Kilika is basically locked off by just them having a cheer and, you know, being really happy with Yuna. So we can't actually explore any other area of this map. So we're gonna go back to the airship and we'll just get to Luca. Because after Luca, we then have the Mihan High Road, and then like we'll be 4 places down on the map. Yeah, they basically were like, thanks, but we're also just not willing to have visitors. There's nothing for you to do here. Please move along. And at Luca, we're going to get a good few bits of cutscenes, and then we're going to do the first 3 areas and just get their publicity and marriage proposals done. But Luca is basically just a little cutscene bonanza, and I'll do all of the marriage quest stuff after I just finish up the cutscene. So just run down here, and we meet Shalinda, our priestess of Yevon,
Hello and good
come
afternoon,
reporter.
Luca. This is Shalinda,
Basically,
bringing all
you
the
can
latest news
answer
from
whatever,
Dresspheres.
you just can't interrupt
These days,
Shalinda as she's
everyone's
talking, so you
about
have
the
to
group's
watch the
battling
whole thing
throughout
and not
Spira
like
for
interrupt her,
control of the spheres.
or like click to
Let's
skip
start
her
with the Youth
dialogue.
League. From its leader, Maven Nuge, on down,
And we're just
their ranks
getting,
are made
you
up
know,
mostly of former
exposition
Crusaders.
on the 3 different
Fresh off its
New
attack on
Yevon,
Kilika
Youth
Temple,
League,
the
and
Youth League is
the
sending
Machine
shockwaves
faction.
throughout Spira. Pairing off against them is none other than New Yevon. All eyes were on them after the New Yevon chairman's sudden resignation. Chaos seemed inevitable. But their newly appointed leader, Praetor Barrelai, has held them together with utmost finesse. Another group turning a lot of heads is the Machine faction, an Albed organization. They've managed to distance themselves from the sphere struggle embroiling Spira. But their unmatched technological prowess could well be enough to dramatically shift the balance of power. And let's not forget the LeBlanc Syndicate, the gang with a style all its own. Headquartered at Chateau LeBlanc in Guadalcanal, its agents span the globe. But lately, there's one group in particular that's been drawing all kinds of attention. That's right, the only group led by a High Summoner, the Goldwings! And now, here's today's special guest, High Summoner Yuna.
Huh? Break a leg.
Lady Yuna, your concert the other day was nothing short of spectacular.
Well, it was sort of me up there, but not exactly.
Puzzling words, to be sure. And speaking of puzzling, why the sudden career change to spear hunting? It sounds like you caused quite a stir with that disappearing act you pulled on Besaid.
And I'm very sorry about that.
Rumor has it you left the island looking for clues about a certain young man. Anything you can share with us? So, tell us about him.
It's a long story.
I'm sure it is. One can only imagine the fascinating tales that led to you becoming the leader of the Goldwings.
Hold it right there! I'm the leader, me! Goldwings, we rock you!
Whoa! This thing on?
It's taping 2 morons right now. This is just a toy compared to the things I've invented.
Tell us, is it true that the Goldwings have thrown their support behind the Youth League?
That statement is kind of true, but not really. No!
We don't want to get caught up in other people's problems.
So many questions left to ask, but I'm afraid we're out of time. Our thanks to today's guests, High Summoner Yuna and the Goldwings.
Poof.
Not bad.
You should have joined in too.
Yeah, it was more fun watching.
Lady Yuna, great interview. Thank you so much for helping me out. This isn't much, but consider it a token of my gratitude. So, how long you been doing this? Well, after the calm came, the temples were in decline. At first, I thought the best thing I could do would be to help the temples get back on their feet. But everyone just ordered me around. I got tired of it.
You couldn't just tell them no?
That's the part of me I wanted to change. I made up my mind to leave the temple and come here to Luca. They needed people for this and they asked me to help, so here I am.
Another job you were asked to do?
I suppose nothing about me has really changed after all. I gotta run. My next assignment is about to start. See you later, Lady Yuna.
She complains, but you can tell she enjoys it.
Sounds a bit like Uni, don't you think?
Really?
Dr. B, care to give us your opinion?
The hardest person to know is yourself.
Absolutely roasted, Yuna.
Hey, cut that out.
But yeah, we get our garment grid, and then we're going to do some publicity. So with this girl, you're going to go number 5 for publicity, and for matchmaking, we are going to pick number 3. So 5 and 3 for that girl. This other lady on the other bench, we're going to go that one, and then matchmaking is number 2. And that's everyone for this area. We're going to talk to the little boy and do some publicity, and he is number 4, and the publicity for this guy is number 5. So 4 and 5 there. Need to catch this guy in green before he moves too far. His publicity is number 3. And then this lady up here, I believe she's 5 and 5 or 1 and 1. She's like 2 of the same anyway. So publicity, and I'm just going to double check. Yeah, publicity is 2 and matchmaking is 2. She's like the same thing for both options, which is quite handy. And we're going to grab this lady and we're going to say publicity is number 4 and matchmaking is number 2. And then we're going to just run down, collect this guy. If he'd stop moving. And yeah, publicity is number 1. And then we're going to port back to the airship from Luca. We're going to go to Besaid Island. Because again, we can't do anything in Kilika. There's no extra bit of publicity to do there. So we have to make sure we get as much publicity out of, you know, this chapter as possible. We can talk to Becklam to redo the Gunner Gauntlet, especially now that it's up to level 2. But we're going to just do the publicity, and that's going to be the end of the episode then. So got this lady done, and number 3 for the matrimony. We're going to talk to the lady with the dog that gave Val for her second overdrive, might I add. So publicity is number 4. Matchmaking is number 4 as well. So we love a good 4 and 4 situation. The little boy in the temple, he can be in the temple or he can be running around outside the temple. But publicity is number 3 for him. We're going to talk to the guy with the amazing tattoos. And publicity for him is going to be number 1. And talk to the girl with the shop. I mean, I think they should be together because he's like the heir of a shop. She's like been the shopkeeper in Besaid this whole time. I think they have like lots to get in common. But publicity is 5 for her, and matchmaking is 3. And then last but not least is Kipa. We couldn't talk to him in like the Becklam cutscene, but we chat to him here, and that's all the publicity done. And then we're going to just basically run back to the airship and save. And that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope the more regular uploads is a help. But we're going to continue on with chapter 2 and go to the Mihan High Road and do more. So chat to you guys then. Thanks so much. Have a good one. Bye.